Viewers, this is India Upfront. My name is Pranesh. Thursday is D-Day for TMC MP Mahua Moitra. The Lok Sabha Ethics Committee will hold its first meeting on the cash for query allegation with BJP MP Nishikant Dubey and Advocate Jai Dehadrai set to record their statements. But there's no end to the war of words yet. Ahead of the panel meeting, BJP MP Nishikant Dubey has started what he called a Dharma Yudh. He says that greed of an MP has put security of the country in danger and that it was not about politics but the country's security and integrity. This prompted TMC MP Mahua Moitra to hit back at the BJP, claiming that the party was doing a hit job on her. Moitra also claimed that 2 days back, Dubey had said that NIC has already given details including the Dubai logins to the probe agency. Then why was the IT minister lying that the information will be shared if asked by the panel? This acrimonious war of words has escalated in the political corridors as well. Here's what the BJP has had to say.
See, as far as this whole issue is concerned, I would reserve my comment for a later date because as rightly pointed by you, the thing is in front of, the matter is in front of the Ethics Committee and I should not breach that. Because let the Ethics Committee investigate, let the Ethics Committee come out with a report and let us all know what the truth is, which we are all awaiting eagerly. Let me not cross the line of commenting before the Ethics Committee comments.
Well, Ms. Mahua Moitra should explain that as being a parliamentarian, how can she compromise internal security of the parliament? Is an MP allowed to give their login password and ID in a foreign land to some XYZ? This is a matter of great concern and committee will look into it and ethics committee will take action on it, and it should be such a penalizing action that no MP in future can dare to compromise the national interest.
Viewers, let's talk about the other player in this entire controversy, lawyer Jai Dehadrai. Remember, he's the one who made this sensational allegation, wrote to the CBI that TMC's Mahua Moitra took expensive gifts and bribes from Hiranandani to ask questions in Parliament. Today, sources close to Dehadrai have spoken exclusively to Times Now and given his part of the story. They quote Dehadrai as saying, and I'm quoting, "I'm not some jilted ex. She built narrative to gain sympathy," unquote. Mahua is nothing but a playground bully. She wanted me to sign an agreement to part with Henry. 2 bogus criminal complaints were put on me in a bid to coerce me, and that Mahua used police to intimidate. This is what Dehadrai and sources close to him have claimed. So can Mahua Moitra come clean and back her claims that this is nothing but a hit job? Let's open this up. Priyanka Tibrewal, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ishtaran Bhandari needs no introduction. One of India's brightest young lawyers. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst. Anirban Banerjee completes the panel. Now, Ms. Tibrewal, before I bring you in, let's, for the benefit of our viewers, put this story in context. This is particularly important ahead of the ethics panel meeting. So, Ishtaran, how should one see this?
There are 2 aspects to this case, and they are very fundamental. One is what happens in the parliament. The other is what will happen by the investigative agencies, which will have to look into the corruption, the national security angles. Let us deal with what will happen in the parliament first. Much lesser scale corruption than this, if proved, where 50,000, 1 lakh rupees were given in 2005, sometimes not even to the member of parliament, to their staff. And the parliament unanimously voted or overwhelmingly voted to expel those members of parliament, 11 in number, belonging to various political parties. That was challenged in the Supreme Court. Can the parliament do that? And the Supreme Court upheld it, saying the parliament necessarily has the powers for having a self-correcting, self-protecting mechanism in place. So the law on that is settled. If the ethics committee report comes adverse to Ms. Mahua Moitra or comes that there was corruption, then the parliament has the power to do so. Whether it does so, whether the report comes like this, we'll have to see. I will not prejudge that issue. Though prima facie, and after your channel carried out the interview of Mr. Hiranandani, there is a lot for Ms. Mahua Moitra to answer. The second aspect is the criminal investigation aspect. If questions were taken, if gifts were taken, that is clearly within the definition of bribe. If you take expensive gifts to do something which is your official duty to do, that is squarely covered. Then whether the loggings were shared or not shared, that is a factual aspect that has to be seen. So that will raise to corruption issues also. And incidentally, you are not protected there. The Supreme Court is again in a 7-judge bench re-examining the issue of what happens if you take money to vote. But this is questions that has already been decided by the Supreme Court. So there are two separate proceedings. One is in the parliament and one is before the investigative agencies, in which both have to be answered separately. And there are separate consequences in both of them.
Okay. Anirban Banerjee has his hand up. Yes, Anirban.
Okay, 2 points. First of all, Ishkaran knowingly or unwittingly stated a lie. That is, when in the 2005 the voting took place, the parliamentarians of the BJP, they staged a walkout. They did not vote. That's number one. And Mr. Lal Krishna Advani, then one of the tallest leaders of the BJP, actually made a statement that this was a less of an act of corruption and more an act of stupidity. And he also stated that the punishment was, the punishment of expulsion from the parliament was disproportionate to the act. So therefore, please, from the BJP side, do not preach about morality on this case. That's number one. And number two, regarding the investigations, the process by the ethics committee or CBI or somebody else. Yeah, please, you will. Ethics committee dominated by the BJP members, we know what actually they are going to do. But regarding the investigation of the CBI,
1 minute, Anirban, 1 minute. This is the ethics panel. It has members of all political parties. You can't call it a BJP panel, please.
Yes.
Let's be responsible in our commentary, please.
The majority is from the BJP.
So that's how it is.
The ethics committee, the majority of the members are from the BJP. Will you deny that fact? Yes, that is what I am saying. I am stating a fact. So what's the problem? That is the fact.
Does that make it a BJP panel?
Dominate the committee by their numbers.
Does that make it a BJP panel? Anirban
Banerjee. Of course it does. Of course it does.
Is it BJP's parliament now?
Of course it does.
Is it
According
BJP's parliament?
It does.
Pranesh, what are you saying, Mr. Banerjee? Please.
Of course, the committee is dominated by BJP members.
Okay, Ishtaran responding to you on the point that you raised.
Ishtaran, I haven't completed.
Okay, let him complete.
Ishtaran, I haven't completed.
Okay.
Please let me complete.
Sure.
Yeah. On the part of the CBI investigation, Madam Moitra has herself welcomed it. So please let the CBI do the investigation. Madam Moitra is open to all the investigations with only one caveat. Will the Adani and Modi link be examined, be investigated at all?
But that's not the mandate of the ethics panel. I'll get Priyanka Tibrewal to respond to that. But Priyanka, 1 minute. Let Ishtaran respond to the one point that Anirban spoke about, and then I'm coming to you.
I made a very simple point that the parliament has the power to expel. Whosoever voted, the parliament voted to expel, and that was upheld by Supreme Court. So today, if the parliament decides if the report is adverse, the parliament has the power to expel. That is just a statement of law. Secondly, the majority in a committee will be what the voters voted. The majority in the parliament is BJP. That doesn't make it BJP parliament. If in the parliamentary committee, because the voters voted for overwhelming for BJP MPs, they will have a majority. That is just the Constitution of India. You may have a problem with that, but that has always been so. Earlier instances, Congress had majority various times. So let us not change the rules of the Constitution. Let us not change the rules of the Parliament.
Right.
They will have to be faced as they exist.
Priyanka Tibrewal.
Yes, Pranesh. So this was, the corruption which was exposed in West Bengal, and now this stands exposed nationally. So my friends were saying that, war of words and all. This is nothing. This is no war of words, but these are bare facts which BJP has taken forward. See, this is not any elusive truth as well. And this is not any political acrimony also, which they may claim. What is this is a simple exposure, of shameless behavior and the false portrayal of morality, which Mahua Moitra used to say, and everybody used to praise by saying, what an affluent lady, why she asked so many good questions, she's asking the opposition. So this was not, now we understand that this was not a political adversary who was asking the questions, but under the cover of personal benefits, which she was getting from somebody. She was asking these questions. Now they are saying, Anirban was just saying that the committee, consists of everyone from BJP. Sir, you have come to this level, which is actually a matter of shame. A matter of shame for a parliamentarian who was supposed to go and ask questions on behalf of people, ask questions for her own personal benefits. And we are not now saying so. It is the person concerned in his affidavit in page point number 9. He has so clearly stated. He has stated that the friends and advisors, they told her that in order to get famous, attack Narendra Modi. And in order to attack Narendra Modi, attack Adani. That is the way, because both of them are from Gujarat. And that is how you will get famous. And she has, and he has also stated.
Between Mr. Modi and Mr. Adani?
No.
That is the question.
As I said, Anirban,
what is the connection between Mr. Modi and Mr. Adani?
I understand.
Why does the BJP get so rattled when Adani is criticized?
That is why you stand exposed.
Whenever Adani is questioned, why does the BJP get so rattled? What is your connection, madam? What is your connection?
Cannot ask questions.
Madam Moitra is questioning the Adani Group. The BJP is answering. The Adani does not answer. The Adani Group does not answer. BJP does.
You cannot question Prime Minister.
Why does the BJP answer on behalf of the Adani Group?
You have
the more the Adani Group is criticized and attacked, the BJP gets rattled.
Nothing
the more and more rattled the BJP gets. This is what they do. They suspend Rahul Gandhi. They will arrest Sanjay Singh. Now they are going to try and humiliate Madam Moitra.
Mr. Banerjee,
we understand that you have to
Mr. Banerjee, 1 minute. 1 minute. These are two separate things. Let's not, 1 minute. 1 minute. Priyanka Tibrewal, 1 minute. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, before I bring you in, Mr. Banerjee.
Separate things.
Of course it is. Of course it is. How can you, if the allegation, what is the allegation of Nishikant Dubey? And 1 minute. This is the cash for query that people were taking, in this case, Mahua Moitra allegedly took money to ask questions. That is for the ethics panel to probe. For you, you would say that this is the BJP panel. Doesn't change anything, Anirban. 1 minute. I'll tell you, Mr. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, when the TMC was asked this question on... You are calling it vendetta, Anirban Banerjee, but the TMC is not called it vendetta. In fact, the TMC has completely distanced itself from Mahua Moitra by saying that the member of parliament concerned will answer, while many in India Alliance have said that this is vendetta. Shubhankar Bhattacharya.
Yes. So, first of all, it would be better that if we could speak one at a time, because I just really don't want your viewers to see it as a complete ruckus. But, okay, so there are two things. Number one, yes, there has been I think we are successful in painting Mahua Moitra into a criminal shade. And that we have already declared, even far before the ethics committee could come out with any conclusion, or any other investigating agency could come out with any conclusion. We have already successfully done it. Now, what I would actually suggest,
it is the affidavit of Mr. Hiranandani.
Okay.
Let him speak. Mr. Tibrewal, let him speak.
Let it be, because this is what the problem with Priyanka. She has this habit of going on and on because she can't be stopped.
Make your point, sir. Make your point, please.
Okay. Now the point is very clear that it should suggest Ms. Moitra that now she is deep into trouble. I agree with it. There is no discussion, no debate. She's deep into trouble. Now the only way to exit is she should immediately join BJP, and then let India observe what actually the BJP, the further stand of BJP. She will immediately clear all ethics committee investigations and everything. The only one point what is standing against Mahua Moitra is that she is strongly against BJP.
Priyanka Tibrewal.
He doesn't have a point to make. He doesn't have a point to make. Now let me also tell him that people who are a threat to our nation, people who are a threat to national security are not welcome in BJP. See, this is the criminal conspiracy.
Let's not talk over each other, please. Priyanka Tibrewal, Mr. Bhattacharya, 1 minute. Mr. Bhattacharya, can I ask you, Nishikant Dubey is a BJP MP. Jai Dehadrai, he's an independent lawyer. He's made the claims. He's written to the agency.
So, half of the time, you yourself are calling him the jilted ex. Half of the time, the media is calling him the jilted ex. The fact that he accepted like that, he's a jilted ex. What do you expect him to do? He had to take his case. Nishikant Dubey, when he thought that, okay, this is the last resort.
I am talking about the lawyer, Mr. Bhattacharya. I am talking about the lawyer, Jai Dehadrai, and sources close to him. 1 minute. Listen to me. in the latest, he's alleged intimidation tactics by Mahua Moitra. He said that they tried to use a policeman to threaten me to part ways with Henry.
See, Mahua also has a lot of stories, and Dehadrai also has a lot of stories, right? I have not gone to their respective residence to check out who is right or who is wrong. The only thing I'm asking you is it a point or not that who knew Mr. Dehadrai before this particular issue cropped up? Nobody. Today, the entire nation knows it because we have made it so much discussed. So anyone who has actually
Mr. Dehadrai would have us believe that who knew Mahua Moitra before she became a member of parliament, and to gain limelight, she has been doing this hit job, taking money to ask questions.
Maybe that was the first step. That was the first step to fame. That was the first step to fame. And this is where they can run. But he's going to decide what they to prove.
Ishtaran, you have the last word on the show. You've heard the political blame game. How will this play out tomorrow?
No, just one point. Victim shaming of a complainant is no defense in the court of law, whether it be a female victim or whether it be a male victim. And the allegations are not what happened in their domestic relationship. Nobody is getting into that, because then you could say Dehadri has a lot of things to say about Ms. Moitra, or Ms. Moitra has a lot of things to say about Dehadri. This is not a domestic violence case. This is not a property dispute between two individuals. This is a case of your official duty and were you taking corruptions doing it. So these defenses do not stand anywhere. Let us be at least very clear on those fundamental aspects. If bribe was taken to ask questions, that is not an inter-se relationship dispute. That is a clear dispute of Prevention of Corruption Act. If bribes were taken to ask question, then it's a question you have to decide in the parliamentary ethics panel. So please at least be clear on the fundamentals. This is not a domestic dispute allegations. These are allegations in public life of your corruption as an elected member of parliament.
Right.
Whatever be the result.
Let's see what happens when the ethics panel meets tomorrow. Priyanka Tibrewal, Ishtaran Bhandari, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, Anirban Banerjee, thank you for joining us on debate number 1.